The 2A Men's Basketball Championship features an East Region dynasty and a West Region school who's never lost a title game back after a 2-decade absence. The 2023 NCHSAA Basketball Championships presented by myspot.nc.gov. 29-1 Farmville Central against the unbeaten 26-0 Reidsville Rams. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the Dean Smith Center in Chapel Hill. Patrick McKeedis alongside Jay Sonhalter. And Jay, as annual as this is, playing for a state title, back is Farmville Central, 5th straight year. They've won 3 of the last 4, taking on Reidsville, a team that's won 4 without losing a game, but haven't been here in 20 years.
Yeah, well, 2 dominant programs, and how about the years? On each side, we kind of had a feeling they were going to finish up their season here at the Dean Dome, and they're kind of led in different ways. Younger team or for Reidsville, and a veteran group for Farmville Central.
Let's take a look at there are a lot of quality players we're going to see on the court here today. Let's take a look at some of them. Brought to you by West Shore Home, bringing happiness to every home.
Well, 2 of the best freshmen in the country are on Reidsville. Deontay Neal on the football field and the basketball court, star player, 12 interceptions in football, but here on the court, 22 points per game. He's the catalyst on the offensive end, and he's going to dish the ball off to his cousin, Kendra Harrison. Received an offer from Alabama, Oregon, Penn State, UNC, highly recruited on the football field, but a star over here on the basketball court that can finish in the paint or step outside and make the outside jumper. Farmville Central, Josh Short, makes it look easy on the offensive end. He's committed to New Orleans. Outstanding player over on the defensive side, creating havoc on offense. 3-level score that really provides production for his team.
All right, keys to the game, sponsored by Ingles Food for Thought. Low prices, love the savings.
Well, for Reidsville, they're going to have to slow down. Farmville Central is going to play up-tempo, play your pace, and then making outside shots will be huge for Reidsville. Farmville Central, fast, press, fast break. Do everything you have to do to turn this into a track meet and then spread the ball around, get production from everybody on the court.
All right, 11 state championships between these 2 schools, 4 for Reidsville, 7 for Farmville Central. They meet for the 2A Men's Basketball Championship. Tip-off next from Chapel Hill. The Reidsville Rams playing for a state title for the first time since 2003. There's a look at Jason Ross, 4th-year head coach for the 26-0 Rams. Well, on the other side, a guy who's very familiar to our viewing audience in early March. That's Larry Williford. 5th straight title appearance for the 29-1 Farmville Central Jaguars, beaten by Robinson last year, but they won in 19, they won in 20, they won in 21. They were denied a 4-peat, but they're back once again. Farmville Central in the home white uniforms, Reidsville in the navy blue, and the tip controlled by the Rams. And none of the players on this Reidsville team, Jay, was born the last time they played for a state title in 2003. Talented, electric, very young squad. Deontay Neal, number 1, has the basketball and flips it outside. Look at the aggressive defense played by the Jaguars. To the inside, baseline stop by Kendra Harrison, a 6'8" freshman for the Rams.
And feeling that pressure, moving the ball on the perimeter, staying patient. Then the big man, he looks like he's meant to be in this moment.
And the Ram fans have made the trek from Reidsville to their feet. After that dunk, the head coach, Jason Ross, also got to his feet and was waiting for the crowd to get up and get into it. No foul on a made 3 by M.J. Williams, who was knocked to the deck by the defender. The 3-2 lead for Farmville Central. Here's Harrison again, down the lane, been out of control, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Kendra Harrison.
J.D. Daniels taking charge. Let's see, Harrison, there's Daniels taking the contact, feet were set. Really good start on the defensive end for the Jags.
That will be the easiest call this 3-man officiating crew has all day. Farmville Central, only loss was back on December the 30th to Don Bosco Prep of New Jersey. And here come the Rams up the floor. Alderic Lee, number 4. Man-to-man for Farmville Central. The take by Amari Baggett, that will roll off. Loose ball rebound. Josh Short leads the way. Pushes it ahead. Pitt, a good look. Handled on the baseline. And there goes M.J. Williams. Look at that attack with the left hand. That won't go, and it's knocked out of bounds. Will go the other way.
The Jags play downhill, aggressive start here, looking to drive. The help defense coming over for Reidsville.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by myspot.nca.gov. Take control, update your COVID-19 protection. There's the starting 5 for Reidsville. Shot would not have counted anyway. Foul will go against Deontay Neal. 3-2 Farmville Central. Actually, a foul instead on Jaden Pitts. Deontay Neal averages about 22 a game, flips it off to Baggett. Misses a 3. Offensive rebound, Landon Denny, and he got stripped of the way up. I tell you what, Henry Harrison has to be really careful. He was on the side of a inside position defensive rebounder. Would have been 2 early fouls on him.
Excellent box out from Alex Moye, being physical down low.
There is Harrison on the inbounds pass, misses, goes over the back there again, no foul, out of control, missed it. And here come Farmville Central down the floor. Josh Short kicking to the corner, open look 3, short from Williams. And here comes Deontay Neal. Contact, there's a whistle, and Neal heads to the foul line.
He's a blur with the ball in his hands. It's going to be a challenge for the Jags on defense. Gets this ball, look at him just race up the court. Smart play there, knowing he had the angle to drive in and get the contact.
There's Deontay Neal, just a freshman, stands 5'9", he's at the Hardee's free throw line. Hardee's, the home of made from scratch biscuits and charbroiled 100% black Angus beef thick burgers. Feed your happy. Jaden Pitt picked up that foul as well for the Jaguars. 2 inside the first couple minutes of the opening quarter. But no subs are coming in as Neal makes 1 and 2. Daniels, shot blocked away by Landon Denny. And it is out of bounds.
They're attacking Harrison. That was Daniels again with the drive. Going at the big man, spin move, looking for contact. Harrison holding his arm straight up.
Pitt leaves a 3 short, got his own rebound on the strong side, nearly threw it away, saved by his teammate. And here's Moye down the lane, a double stop by Landon Denny's both hands, and a whistle blown. Send Moye to the line.
Moye going in physical. There's Denny. But he got ball, but contact with the body.
Foul on Lee. And that one is missed by Moye. The Farmville Central, 5th straight title appearance. Covering their last 5 years, they've gone an unreal 132-7. 1 and 2 made by Moye. They go back to their string of 3 straight state titles from 2019 to 2021. So Quavion Smith now at NC State. Justin Wright now at North Carolina Central were cornerstones of those championship teams. Deontay Neal lost the handle. Takeaway by Moye. Saves down the floor to Josh Short. Stepping through, switching hands. What a finish.
What an athlete.
Might not see a more athletic move all day than that one from any of the 8 teams.
And body control. I mean, he can do it all on the offensive end. Just his speed and the way he can finish and focus moving in the air like that. That's elite.
6-3 Farmville Central. Tamir Johnson, 0 is on the floor for the Rams. Harrison, big mismatch here. Double team came from the backside and a steal by J.D. Daniels. Up the floor come the Jaguars. Jaden Pitt looks for a little sliver. Shot blocked away by Harrison. And now the Rams up the floor, 3-on-2. Angling it, how about that for a double block on the baseline, out of bounds. He will stay with the Jaguars. But man, we've seen some outstanding defense on both ends already.
These guys giving the fans what they want. I mean, outstanding play from Harrison, and then on the other side, Josh Short. Back and forth defense.
And then a throwaway. Short the steal, gets past the defender, missed the layup. And there's J.D. Daniels to clean it up. And we're going to get an early timeout by Jason Ross of Reidsville. He is not liking how this game has begun after the dunk by Harrison early. 8-3. The Jaguars have run out to an early 5-point lead almost midway through the opening quarter. Two-way men's basketball championship just underway. Farmville Central out to a 5-point lead, 8-3. The Jaguar defense, a couple of blocked shots. They've already forced 4 turnovers by Reidsville.
Well, that's been the difference. I mean, those 4 turnovers, it's allowed the Jags to get out on the run in fast break opportunities. And really, right now, you come out of that timeout break for Reidsville, you have to find a way to slow down, beat this press, but secure the basketball and make sure you take efficient shots.
Ram basketball. This Reidsville team, 26-0, 24 of those wins by double digits. And one of those single-digit victories came in the East, the West Regional semifinal against Salisbury, won by 9. The officials letting a lot of kind of contact play through. Offensive rebound, that one left short by Harrison. And now we do get a whistle and a foul deep in the backcourt. Leo Lockhart, the referee, in his 5th state title game. Wesley Carter and Brad Schrader, the other 2. Schrader's in his 1st. They all said they still get a little bit nervous before these big games. So Jaguar basketball up by 5. And Josh Short, big mismatch on the other side of the floor against Deontay Neal.
They've got to get a reversal here to get him the ball.
He's calling for it. Then you see Tamir Johnson has reached up and put 2 hands on that basketball and force a tie-up. Arrow will keep it here.
And they're keeping Neal on Short. So again, if you're the Jags, find a way to get him the ball inside.
And just before MJ Williams gets hold of the basketball, we get a little whistle here. And one of the officials comes over and has a quick little word with Alex Moya. Jaguar ball up 5. Here's Josh Short spinning, going downhill. Left-handed shot blocked down by Kendra Harrison. Harrison, extraordinarily athletic and gifted with his timing there. It's already a couple of blocked shots for number 12.
The timing and then the balance of his body going up and down, already with 1 foul, doesn't want to pick up number 2.
MJ Williams across the lane. Oh, a wild runner over his head that swishes through. 10-3 Jaguars. Deontay Neal really harassed. A 3rd defender goes chasing. Skips it to the inside. Shot might have been partially blocked out by the hand of Johnson. And a couple of Jaguars dive into the photographer's area off of the baseline. No spot in this arena is safe with these athletes.
Everyone's flying around.
Should have gotten some pretty good shots, though.
Yeah, we'll have to be careful over here as well.
Ram basketball. Harrison from the foul line delivers down low. That shot blocked away by J.D. Daniels. And here come the Jags. Shorts lost it. And it will stay with Farmville Central. Whistle blown. Tough to hear the whistle. Good crowd on hand for both teams. Foul goes on Amari Baggett of Reidsville. Sends Josh Short to the foul line. So a couple of free throws for Josh Short. The 4 seniors on this Farmville Central squad. This is the first. And more size now for the Rams as Denny returns, replacing Tamir Johnson. This is an 11-1 run by Farmville Central. The game-opening dunk by Harrison for the Rams. That's been their only field goal so far. They're 1 of 10. Denny, high-low pass, try to be tipped away. And how about that for Kendra Henderson? Tough catch. Somehow with arms hanging on him, he was able to muscle that one in.
Yeah, double-teamed and had the spin off balance to finish.
That might have been a travel, not called. The takeaway, though, by the Rams. Here's speeds ahead, Deontay Neal. Terrific acceleration, low center of gravity, and found a crease to lay that one home.
Yeah, he's got the vision, fast break opportunities, knowing whether to pass or finish himself.
Jaden Pitt attacks. Denny tried to grab the rebound. He was tied up. We'll go the other way. It'll be Reidsville basketball. Let's take a look at the North Carolina Department of Public Safety fast break. How about this one, Jay?
Well, and Neal will turn that turnover into a bucket. I mean, right there, sprinting up the floor. The young freshman knows how to finish.
NCDPS be a champion for victims. Farmville Central 11, Reidsville 7. Final 2 minutes of the opening quarter. Left free is Denny, in and out from a foul line jumper, and then looked like he knocked that out of bounds. He was going back to play defense, but it will stay with the Rams.
See this ball off the board. Yeah, I mean,
I think that's either a foul or it's out to Farmville Central.
Didn't go the way.
But they don't pay me to officiate. Deontay Neal wants some space on the baseline. He'll take it, pop, and get fouled. MJ Williams got him. So the freshman Deontay Neal heads to the free throw line for the Rams. You want to talk about a supernova bright future for the Reidsville Rams with Neal. Hard to believe Harrison at 6'8" is just a freshman. Well, these two cousins are going to be the cornerstones of this program for the next 3 years. One more coming from the Hardee's free throw line. Feed, you're happy. 1 of 2 for Neal. But the Rams quietly climbing right back into it. 5 straight for Reidsville. Daniels against Harrison with 1 foul.
Josh Short calling for the ball.
Yeah, another mismatch here against Baggett. He'll shoot over him for 3. And a mistimed defensive rebound opportunity, but Harrison bails out the Rams. Neal, shifty. Springs out of his hand, out of bounds, stays with Reidsville.
Excellent work from Farmville Central, getting back in transition defense, and then they were setting up a trap coming over to the side. MJ Williams was coming to help out, try to get the ball out of Neal's hands.
Closing in on 1 minute left for the opening quarter. Lead, hand to Baggett. Baggett against Short, steps left, challenged the jumper. Short did good defense initially, but there again is Kendra Harrison with the bucket. He has 6 in this opening quarter, and Reidsville within 1.
Well, Josh Short had the block there. Harrison, though, has a feel for the game, read it, got the ball and quickly puts it up.
Daniels plays it deep inside. Short, foul, that's going to count.
So impressed with his game. Whether that's driving in, shooting outside, or being physical down the post. Has a mismatch going against Neal, calls for the ball, wants it on the low block. You see everybody, 3 defenders coming over, so has the focus to finish.
So Josh Short to the foul line. Jason Ross getting a further explanation from Wesley Carter. Free throw coming. Three-point play completed by Short. 14-10 Jaguars. Harrison looks at the baseline. The kick out to an open Neal. That'll be there all day.
And the patience on the offensive end, moving the ball in the perimeter.
Back to a 1-point game, 15 seconds ago. Here's Pitt. Blocked, recovered, and dropped in by Josh Short.
No box out. Short comes in over the top.
10 seconds. Look at this dribbling by Neal. Finally lost it. He was kind of shoved out of the way. They play on. Off of the turnover. Moye missed it. And we get a foul. It's an offensive foul on Farmville Central's Alex Moye. But if I'm Deontay Neal, I'm going to the officials saying, I know I turned it over, but then I got stiff-armed 5 feet to my left. So no foul. 2 seconds left. Neal will pick up, take a couple of dribbles, counts if it goes. Just missed. And that's the end of an interesting opening quarter for the 2A men's basketball championships. Farmville Central looking for its 8th state title, leading unbeaten Reidsville after one, 16-13. First quarter stats presented by the United States Army. Be all you can be in the U.S. Army. GoArmy.com for details, Jay.
Well, there's no stat for up-tempo play and defense, and right now each side doing an excellent job of playing fast. But Reidsville, with their presence inside, and Harrison +2 in the rebounding margin, but the Jaguars protecting the basketball with the only one turnover.
And now some points in the paint for the opening quarter, sponsored by Riddle and Brantley. Injured in an accident, call Riddle and Brantley when justice counts.
Well, even on both sides, and the Farmville Central getting their points in the paint through fast break and also driving in over on the other side, Reidsville. It's post-ups from Harrison.
Well, we talked about the dynasty of a half decade for Farmville Central, 132-7 over those 5 years. That's one of the reasons why in the center of your screen, Terquavion Smith of NC State sitting on the bench for Farmville Central, next to last seat for the rising NC State star. Back knocked out of the ACC tournament a couple of days ago by Clemson. But what a year he had. And he's here to show support. And again, this is just the long branch of the family tree for Farmville Central basketball.
Well, we saw him in high school, and boy, was he good. He's carried it over to the next level.
This is Josh Short. 3-point lead for the Jaguars. Short left open up top of the circle. And he now has 11 points, knocking down a West Shore home three-pointer.
He's smooth, makes it look easy. His outside shooting.
19-13 for the Jags. Neal delivers to Baggett out of the corner. Line drive three. The response. West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeling brand. Pitt with a couple of fouls, dribbles in, mid-range shot, not close. And here comes Baggett. 3 defenders behind him. Lobs it down low, and he thought that Landon Denny was going to break from the short corner toward the block. He didn't move. Six turnovers now on Reidsville's first 9 minutes of the game.
Well, and Josh Short here, there needs to be a ball reversal. Try and get him the ball on the block.
He's working on Neal once again. And Neal's just kind of leaning that small body into his chest. Doing a nice job, at least fronting him for now.
Yeah, and Neal plays defensive back on the football field. You can see that toughness. 12 interceptions. He led the state, and he's got a tough matchup, but he's fronting and doing the job right now.
I mean, he plays a whole lot bigger than 5'9". Look at him get low to try and get weak side position. Doesn't matter when he knocked down a 3 like Moye just did. So 3 field goals so far in this second quarter combined, all from behind the 3-point line. Neal ran right past the behind-the-back dribble, hit the other way, into the corner. Williams. Nothing but white shirts there for the offensive rebound. J.D. Daniels jumps it back into the corner. Hit. Goes opposite. Moye. A good strong rebound by Landon Denny. Plays it ahead to midcourt, almost thrown out of bounds. There's a strip by Moye. Moye hard to the hole, blocked away by Denny. He's had a couple of those in this first half.
And great hustle here from Denny. Moye with the steal. Has a clear path, and then here's Denny. Oh, those two competing. All
Look
ball.
at that.
Wow, what an effort.
Absolute rubber right there for Landon Denny. Williford, a couple of words with Jaden Pitt before he sits down on the bench. 22-16, Jaguars lead. Spin right into a double team, kick to the corner, and a 3 knocked down by Williams. His second of the game. Biggest lead now for the Jags at 9.
He's a big player last year as a freshman in the state championship game. Comes out here today, knocks down that one. An important part, ball handling as well.
Here's Deontay Neal through traffic. Good, tough finish.
Dude, he's crafty. He can break down a defense.
12 points now for Neal. And I will say this on that last 3-pointer made by MJ Williams. Terquavion Smith is not just here as a spectator. He's up off of the end of the bench, putting 3 fingers in the air, cheerleading his Jaguar teammates. Into the corner. This is Williams again. And that's out. Stays with Farmville Central. I mean, I tell you what, Terquavion's getting up with every play down there.
Well, I'm sure he wants out on the floor.
I mean, he's got his smartphone in one hand, but I mean, on any big play, defense or offense, he's up and cheering.
He might have a jersey underneath that hoodie.
They haven't retired it yet? I guess he'd be allowed to wear it. Long three, Josh Short hammers it in off glass.
There it is.
10-point lead for the Jags. Haven't heard a lot from Kendra Harrison here lately. Baggett with the left. There's a whistle. A little slow to get up is Amari Baggett, but he's all right. Foul goes on Farmville Central.
Baggett, the team MVP last year, really good defender. There gets the contact and has to cover here with all the bodies flying around.
So Amari Baggett, really the leader of this team for Reidsville. First point of the championship for the senior. The NC 529 foul line. Never too early or too late to start saving for education. A foul charge against Moye, his second. 8-point lead, 28-20. Reminder, coming up, United Health Center's halftime report. We'll interview Q Tucker, commissioner of the NCHSAA, highlights and more. United Health Center's building healthier communities. Josh Short, he is just a matchup problem for Reidsville.
He's got magic to his game. He was in front of us when he went on that drive, the way he could maneuver his body to elude the defenders.
And there is Kendra Harrison. I was asking where he has been. I'm right here. The second dunk of the game.
Neal broke down the defense, the chemistry between those two. Neal finds them. Good job setting them up.
And again, Neal averages about 11 assists a game for Reidsville. All for the miss. Bodies are down on the deck. 3 of them in the Carolina blue paint. And we get a timeout by Reidsville to preserve possession. 8-point lead for Farmville Central, 30-22. A little more than halfway through the second quarter of the 2A title game. Well, we already have about 5 candidates for the Talk It Out NC play of the game, and we will somehow sift through those, and all the other dozens we'll see the rest of the way later in the game. Talk It Out NC play of the game. Start the conversation. Reduce underage drinking. And then the player of the game, we'll be selecting that in the fourth quarter. myspot.nc.gov. Take control. Update your COVID-19 protection. 30-22, Farmville Central leading to Reidsville. This Rams team has really been on a mission this year. Their football team lost in the 2A championship game here in Chapel Hill, and they practiced that night. You talked with Jason Ross, the head coach, about that earlier in the week.
They played that ball game during the day, came back, practiced that night, and then the first ball game on Monday from that Saturday. They were ready to get back here to Chapel Hill.
Oh, a near takeaway, and then Deontay Neal. Little magician act right there. Easy layup. And it is now a 30-24 lead for the Jaguars.
And for the other side, Farmville Central, they talked about last year's appearance, the loss, using that as motivation. It drove them all off season to get to this point and then finish this year. And it was a big rallying thing for them, using that, talking about it. Wanted to make sure they bring home the title.
That's a blocking foul on the Rams because there are just so few programs around the state in the history of basketball here in North Carolina that have won 4 straight state championships. They had the opportunity to do that last year, denied. But the 7 titles that Farmville Central has as a school, 5th most ever in the state of North Carolina. New Hanover, top of that table with 14. Bounce pass slid to the corner to Pitts. And that one just slipped right out of the hands of Williams. Another takeaway by Neal. Look at him, just stride right past Williams. You do that in your driveway and see how easy it looks versus how hard it is.
He's slick, isn't he? As a freshman to make a play like that in this atmosphere.
I mean, there's a buzz in the fans after that delivery by Deontay Neal. 30-26 is the Jaguar lead. Josh Short. Oh, man. We're going to run out of words to describe some of the finishes we're seeing here in Chapel Hill today.
It's amazing to see these guys perform. The lights are bright, show their talent.
18 points in the first half for Josh Short. Let's go back to our fast break, NCDPS. And this is an easy one to describe.
Watch this one. Wow. How do you defend it? You can't. Slick move, and again, his speed, the quickness, the feel for the game. Top level.
NCDPS be a champion for victims. One more free throw coming up for Neal. $16 points in the game for Neal. Josh Short has 18. One and two for Neal. 32-27. It's the slowest pace we've seen all game on this possession. He's walking it up as Josh Short. Up top, Daniels left open. Mid-range. Good challenge by Harrison. Rebound to the Rams. And now, what will we see? What electric moment will we see from Deontay Neal? Denny, high-low pass, tipped back. And picked up by the Rams. With 40 to go.
And watch Moyer and Harrison down low battling.
To the inside, shot missed. Jarrell Wilson got it back and then lost it. And here come the Jaguars, up by 5. Backcourt foul, it's going to go on Deontay Neal. And that's going to be his first. The 7th team foul on Reidsville, so a 1-1 on the way here for Farmville Central. So at the line for the Jaguars, Brandon Knight. Senior for Farmville Central. Harrison rebounds the miss. Harrison's going to set a screen. Neal will take it. Off the bounce, fires it 3 off the heel. And the rebound kept alive, at last touched by Harrison over the Farmville Central bench. A lot of different layers to Deontay Neal's game. And spot up shooter, downhill, get into the rim, mid-range, off the dribble.
When he has the ball, you hold your breath because you don't know what he's going to do to attack.
And Josh Short leaves that one short, and somehow Short got his own miss and just floats it in.
And 20 points for Short now, taking over.
34-27, Jaguars lead. Lead, trapped on the sideline, he's in trouble. Lost it, out in midcourt, picked up by Josh Short. Here he comes, past one man, and lays it in with the left as he was held. An electric performance by Josh Short, and we are only in the first half, but they're going to call that an on-the-floor foul. Bucket won't count.
That's 2 on Neal.
And 2 quick ones.
For 13 from the field for Short. That defense, what he's able to do with his frame, the quickness, long arms, how athletic he is, really a catalyst to get the Jags out on the run.
So out of the NCAA 529 free throw line, never too early or too late to start saving for education. Even when buckets don't count for Josh Short, they're exciting moments for everybody but him. Jason Ross. 35-27 Jaguars. 1 of 2. High for the rebound, Samir Johnson, but then he landed awkwardly as he came down. He went so high to elevate and snatch it, and then bang his body on the way down. Might have been undercuts. And now we'll head to the other end of the floor as Johnson walks it off.
Samir Johnson so physical down low. Oh, and dangerous there. He tore his ACL last year in football. A long road to get back and healthy. He's an impact player for the Rams. Good to see him walk it off.
So 1-1 for the senior Tamir Johnson. 42 seconds left in the first half. First point of the game for Johnson. One of two for the Rams. A reminder coming up, the United Health Center's halftime report. Q Tucker will join us. First half highlights and more. United Health Center's building healthier communities. Josh Short penetrates the skip. Back it comes to Brandon Knights. And now Josh Short has it with 20 seconds left. They may hold for the final shot.
Smart to bring the ball back out.
Short against Johnson. Spins away. Rises for three. No. Harrison the rebound. Plenty of time here for the Rams. Deontay Neal, the hard take. High with finesse off glass. Just over the fingertips of Moyen. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. Short at the horn. Still good. And we are at the end of the first half. An exciting and athletic first 16 minutes for the 2A championship. 35-30 is the lead for Farmville Central.
Up-tempo pace, what a fun style each team plays with. The second half, I think we're going to see the same thing, a big ending in the fourth quarter.
21 and a half for Short, 16 for Neal. What will they do in the second half to win a 2A title?
You're watching the United Health Center's halftime report. High-quality health care regardless of insurance status.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Nelson Weston. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the state championship high school basketball games. Who better to join us than our longstanding good friend from Ingalls Markets, Melissa Lovell. Melissa, always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
I'm so happy to be here with you. It's championship day.
It's championship day indeed. And speaking of which now, Ingalls Markets, y'all provided robust community support, not just for right now, but also for a long, long time now. What inspires y'all to want to frequently get back to high school athletics?
Well, this is our community, and these students are our children and the children of our shoppers. And we do this in a community sense for everything. So we live, work, and shop in these same communities where our stores are. So we're really enriching our whole community by being part of all the things that matter to the families that shop with us.
That is terrific work indeed. And speaking of the community and the students, you guys are also famous for y'all's remarkable Tools for Schools program. What is that program all about? And furthermore, how can the good folks at home get started with it today?
Well, the program is designed to help teachers, classrooms, students, and principals get school supplies in the classroom to the students and not have to take that money out of their own pocket and bring those to the school. Easy as pie to get in. Go get your Ingalls Advantage card, link it to the school of your choice. Every time you shop, you're helping that school.
Speaking of pie, you know, I'm getting hungry as we speak. Today is game day. What are some of those delicious food items we can pick up from the Ingalls Deli today?
Oh, right. Well, first roll in and get your fuel, so you're on your way to the game, and then get a sub and some fried chicken. Eat on your way.
Sounds delicious indeed. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. All right, folks, time to get back to the game. We'll see you soon.
You're watching the United Health Center's halftime report. High-quality health care regardless of insurance status.
Here with North Carolina High School Athletic Association Commissioner Q Tucker. Commissioner Tucker, state championship weekend is always exciting.
Yes, it is a big week for us. It's one of those weeks we look forward to every year about this time, and it's hard to believe that we are sitting on the edge of crowning state champions.
What goes into the preparation for such a large state championship?
The closer we get to seeing who the actual participants are, then we start to look at the times and start to look at ticket allocations and how all of that works, especially now that we're into this age of digital ticketing, just making sure that all the schools know how to inform their participants, et cetera.
We've seen headlines this year indicating numerous behavior issues across the state. How have you addressed those concerns?
I don't anticipate that we'll see that this weekend, because this is like the cherry on top of the basketball season. And so everyone really should be about playing at their best level. And then what we want the spectators to do, because that seems to be where the issues have arisen this year, spectators feeling as though that ticket I bought gives me the right to just do anything I want to in the stands or in the bleachers, or say whatever I want to. So we'll have messages that announcements that will be made on Saturday to try to address some of that and hopefully stem that kind of behavior that could occur.
What are the ongoing challenges facing the association?
Jane, we still deal with this whole issue of declining numbers in officiating. We had a committee last summer who studied the situation here in North Carolina, and one of the things that came out of the board meeting was to give a pay increase across the board to all officials. So as we address that, we're trying to do creative things. One of the things that we do is that any new official who says, hey, I want to join the officiating ranks, then we waive some of those registration fees. We're looking at trying to come up with an opportunity for our officials to perhaps get some grant monies to be able to help, let's say, in terms of educational development. We try to address health and safety, mental health issues. All of those are on the table. So we have just a myriad of opportunities, I'll say, to make a difference in the lives of all of the students who participate in our program. And we think education-based athletics is still the best thing going. It's the best dropout prevention program there is. And we just continue to dig our heels in and try to do everything we can.
We appreciate your time, Commissioner Tucker, and thank you for everything you do for high school sports.
Some nervous Farmville Central fans who certainly know their way to Chapel Hill and Raleigh, looking for their 4th state title in the last 5 events. 5-point lead for the Jaguars over Reidsville to break. Patrick Penis, Jay Sonhalter, and Jay will take a look at some first half highlights. And you want to talk about a highlight package? We're going to see one here.
I mean, just amazing plays back and forth on each side. Farmville Central, they shot the 3 ball well. They went to the hoop, all 3 levels. You could see how athletic this group was, doing everything on the offensive end. And then Josh Short, what a first half he had, finishing at the rim.
I mean, we saw plays like these all half from both teams. Josh Short, 21 points the first half, and then Deontay Neal at the other end really got involved as he finished with the 19 the first half.
And they started to get him the ball in the paint, and he has a touch around the rim. They need to continue to look for him. Over on the defensive side, though, he was making an impact, blocking shots, creating havoc, allowing his teammates to get out on the run.
There's a 3 by Neal. Got a couple of those in the first half. 35-30 is the lead. You look at the numbers here. Anything kind of ring out outside of the turnovers for the Rams?
Well, that's the #1 area. They've got to clean up, protect the basketball, and also, too, on the boards. Yeah, they've got a height advantage with Harrison. They've got to win in that margin, in a larger area, in a bigger area. They've got to control the glass and stop the offensive rebounds for Farmville Central.
So there are your first half stats, sponsored by the United States Army. Be all you can be in the U.S. Army. Go Army.com for details. Second half on the way for the 2A Men's Basketball Championship. The Rams trail the Jaguars by 5. Reidsville plays for a state championship for the first time in 2 decades. Down by 5 at the break. 35-30 Farmville Central. You see the damage offensively done by Reidsville, more than a half of their points in the paint. Brought to you by Riddle and Brantley.
A big focus area for the Rams in the second half is continuing to get the ball into Harrison. He's been fronted, but they've got to win in that margin because of the height with Harrison. He's the tallest guy out on the floor, most athletic. They've got to get ball reversals, get him the ball on the block.
Injured in an accident. Call Riddle and Brantley when justice counts. Rams basketball to begin the third quarter. Most everybody was ready to begin the third quarter. And now we'll have a restart. Farmville Central in the white uniforms, and the Rams in the navy. And if you missed the first half, you missed a lot. How about that for an entry pass, sideline out of bounds into the opposite corner in the backcourt. But you're throwing to Deontay Neal. It's just like another interception, right, on the gridiron?
To look easy.
Wilson misses a three to begin the third quarter for the Rams. MJ Williams had a couple of fouls in the first half, as did Jaden Pitt. They both are on the floor to begin the third quarter. And this is MJ Williams. Long rebound to the Rams. Kendra Harrison. Denny powering, blocked out of bounds by Boye, but a foul.
Well, this ball game, there's no hesitation. I mean, everybody's aggressive attacking. There's Denny going all the way through. Boye times it up, just gets that right hand to Denny.
Third foul on Boye. So at the NC 529 free throw line, Landon Denny looking for his first points. Never too early or too late to start saving for education. First point for Denny. By the way, during intermission, while you were watching an interview with Q Tucker, the commissioner of the NCHSAA, the real live Q Tucker was here on the court, stopped by the broadcast set up here, and we chatted a bit. She is a Reidsville native, coached there on the women's basketball side back in the 80s. She said, I coached a lot of the grandmothers of the players in this Reidsville team this year. Great to see Q Tucker once again. 1 of 2 for Denny. 35-31 Jaguars. Baseline drive over 2 defenders. Rattled home.
Hung up in the air there with those outstretched arms from Denny and Harrison. What a shot.
4 for Daniels. Down the lane, Denny. Did not score in the first half, and Denny has scored all 3 in the third quarter for Reidsville. Josh Short has yet to have an offensive touch in this third quarter for the Jaguars. Toss out to Pitt, and here comes Short to the basketball, and there's his first touch. 21 points in the first half for Josh Short. Takes the screen, down the lane, spins one off glass, no, crashing the glass, landing Barnes. And it's going to be a held ball. And even that held ball gets Terquavion Smith off the end of the bench for Farmville Central. I wonder what kind of chat he had along with Larry Wilford at halftime to inspire the Jaguars. J.D. Daniels gets around the defender. Power dribble Barnes. That was blocked off of the glass. And here come the Rams down 4.
Yeah, put up a shot fake on that.
Neal left it short. Rebound to Barnes. And a tie up again. We get a timeout though, taken by, well, Larry Wilford didn't take it, and he's a little exasperated that he had to take one, or one of his players did. But possession will be maintained by Farmville Central. 6:20 left, third quarter. Jaguar basketball up by 4 as they pursue an 8th state championship. Farmville Central, 4-point lead on Reidsville. Early stages, third quarter for the 2A championship. And we have been treated to an absolute exhibition from Josh Short to the Jaguars and Deontay Neal of the Rams. They've combined to score 40 of the 70 points we've seen so far in this game. Jaguar ball up 4.
Well, we saw Neal guarding Short in the first half. Adjustment, Aldrich Lee now guarding Short.
And there's J.D. Daniels from long range. His first 3 of the game. Brought to you by West Shore Home, bringing happiness to every home.
And he's really the X factor for the Jags, scoring the basketball.
They need Harrison a bit off balance as he spins. The basket will not count. On the floor foul. Meanwhile, the Jaguar bench wanted to travel.
They've got to get him paint touches. This ball out near the three-point line, but double team comes over. He can either go to work or draw that defender up and kick it out to his teammates.
Foul on Landon Barnes. And here's Harrison, a touch again. Ball fake by Lee, a fake pass to the wing, and shot was blocked away. And here comes Farmville Central. Lead pass, Jaden Pitts. Great find up the floor. Biggest lead of the championship for the Jaguars.
If you don't execute, they're going to make you pay. Get out on the run. Good job moving the ball quickly up the court.
And that's going to be a foul if it's on Pitt. That's his 3rd. Well, here we are, Jay. We played almost 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. You're down 5 going into intermission. Neal hasn't scored. Harrison hasn't scored for the Rams in this third quarter. I mean, those are your 2 guys. If you're going to win this game, you need big second halves from those two.
You need that production. Them looking for their shot.
Dump it to Harrison. Some of the deepest position he's had all game. It was blocked out of his hand. And here come the Jaguars looking for a double-digit lead. The trailer, Josh Short. Yes, of course. 24 now for Short. The lead is 12. Neal the counter.
Needed that response.
And a strip by Deontay Neal. Challenges Short to the hole. No foul, clean block. And now we get a foul on Deontay Neal. And Jason Ross marching down toward the end of his bench toward the official, Brad Schrader, who made that call. He thought there was enough contact on this approach right here. It should have been called. There was some. Short got his own miss. Mid lane, oh, look at that rejection out toward almost midcourt. Josh Short skims the rim, no good. Rebound to the Rams. Dangerous moment here for the Rams. Shooter got knocked over, but Baggett knocks down the three, no foul. After a 7-point game, West Shore home three-pointer.
Harrison had that block, and then they needed the response. Nice three-pointer setting up by Baggett.
From 12 down to 7. Can the Rams get another stop? Boy, look at Neal. He has that determined look in his eyes that he is not going to let MG Williams get free. Daniels starts over. Pitt with 3 fouls, down the lane, nowhere really to go. Short, skip to the corner, Williams. All air. Barnes, the offensive rebound, turnaround, no. Ram rebound, and the run can continue here for Reidsville. Here's Amari Baggett, got around Short. Layup, yes! 5 in a row from Baggett. And it's a 5-point spread yet again.
And he found a way to get through that lane. Outstretched arm, still the focus to finish. Now the crowd's getting into it.
Does it sound like the Rams have every one of the 18,000 seats in this building? Short can't improvise that one in. That one thrown off the rim. Rebound Harrison of Reidsville. Lee to the hole, yes! 3-point game. Timeout Farmville Central. And the Dean Dome erupting after 9 straight by the Rams.
They're putting on a show for us. Up tempo, there's no hesitation. This game's not a slow-paced game. It's an attack game. And right now, Reidsville feeling the momentum, the confidence, coming back here. Back and forth, the responses from each side. What a game.
Jay, let's take a look at the Talk It Out NC play of the game that we'll be selecting a little bit later on in the game. Brought to you by Talk It Out NC. Start the conversation. Reduce underage drinking. And the myspot.nc.gov player of the game we will select later as well. Take control. Update your COVID-19 protection. 2 minutes and 14 seconds ago, Jay, this was a 12-point lead. It is now 3. And the Farmville Central Jaguars just took a stand in 8 count.
It's amazing how quick things can change here. The athleticism, the defensive pressure, create a couple turnovers, make a couple big plays. We need to produce on offense.
And again, we were talking about how much the Rams were going to need Neal and Harrison, but the run has been fueled by Baggett and now Lee. Daniels, hemmed in, threw it away. And the run continues here for the Rams. Lee got fouled. And the 4th foul on Farmville Central. How on earth did this game change so drastically fast? That's what Larry Williford wants to know.
A smart timeout to bring your team over to the sideline, try to slow down this run.
Pull-up jumper, Baggett, off the mark. Goes the other way. Now again, if you're Jason Ross, You've expended a lot of energy. You are exhorting every person in this building supporting the Rams to get to within 3. You've not yet gotten over the hump, and you're using a lot of energy against a really super talented squad.
And the key for the Rams, halftime break, 9 turnovers. Now still 9 turnovers. They're not turning the ball over. The Jags haven't created pressure, getting opportunities.
Oh, good look by Josh Short. Inside, getting behind the defense, MJ Williams. Short is not just a score. Excellent vision.
He does it all, getting his teammates involved. And MJ Williams moving without the ball. The focus is on Short. He just hid back in the paint.
Here's Neal. Haven't seen him pull up all that often from that spot. Missed his shot. And will stay with the Rams. 2:06 left in the third. Neal has only 2 points in this quarter. Harrison has not scored. Now Pitt protected on the bench with 3 fouls. Out he goes for the Jaguars. Dangerous pass, but the leap of Harrison was trusted. Jump stop, rolls that one in. 3-point game. Josh Short off the dribble, fires a 3. A little strong. Oh, where did Daniels come from for the rebound? Kick back out, Williams attacking hard, backed it in. Was there a lot of pace on that shot off glass? At the inside of the rim and fell good.
What a take from Williams. Just flying in there, driving into the lane.
1.5 left. There's Neal. Finger roll. Bam, bam. When he wants to get to the rim, he gets to the rim.
Whatever he wants, he'll take it. He's got an area to operate. His first step quickness.
There's some contact. Jameer Johnson with his second foul.
This is guard play, Patrick. So impressive. Each team so athletic, making good decisions. Watch Neal here. Simply driven the ball up the court. Boom. Turns on the Jets. He's not scared. I mean, no one stops ball.
Josh Short. And that's going to count. Henry Harrison commits the foul. He was kind of ducking and turning the other way. He wanted no part of that drive-by Short, but he was in the way anyway.
And Josh Short, fearless, driving in, challenging Harrison. The senior goes in. I'm going to get contact. I'm going to get to the line, and what a game he's had so far.
So Josh Short, 26 points, now 27. That is one of the few times somebody has gotten in the lane on the dribble drive to the rim where there hasn't been a challenge of a shot. I mean, that was Harrison kind of turning away. He didn't want anything to do with it. Inside a minute, 6-point lead for Farmville Central. And we get an offensive foul, legal screen. It's number 3 on Baggett.
Let's see, here's the foul.
I don't know if that's enough, is it?
Man, I think you let that one play through.
I mean, for all of the physical play we've seen this game where whistles have not been blown, I don't know that that's consistent enough.
I think you hold it there.
Jaguar ball, inside a minute, up 6. Deflected pass, well anticipated by Jameer Johnson. And I will say this, looking around the Dean Dome, the entire upper bowl is shut off. There's nobody sitting there. It feels like it is a sellout in this arena, in this contest. There's a kick out, Williams. Lee the rebound for the Rams. 30 seconds left in the third. Lee picked it up just in time. Wilson. There is a whistle. Is it a charge or a block? It looks like a charge. Haven't really seen a signal yet from any of the 3 officials. And now we do. It's an offensive foul on Jarrell Wilson.
These guys just laying it all out there right now. Wow, look at the contact, taking the elbow. And now Farmville Central.
The cheer you just heard is because that man right there, Larry Wilford, turned to his crowd and said, hey, we need noise from our side too. They responded.
2 great coaches in this game.
Jags setting up a play for the final shot. Josh Short works against Lee. 7 seconds. Down the lane, Short. Oh, look at that. Nice underhand layup at the horn. And that is going to do it. An 8-point lead for Farmville Central. 29 points for Josh Short. Farmville Central 8 minutes away from an 8th state title. And the lead is 8 for the Jaguars, 54-46. There are the stats through 3, presented by the United States Army. Be all you can be. GoArmy.com for details.
Well, Reidsville behind right now. They need to create turnovers. Farmville Central only giving it up 5 times. The 3-point shot for the Jags. That's been the difference. Reidsville's got to get it going. Again, clean touches to Harrison, and then Neal's got to create.
Points in the paint, presented by Riddle and Brantley. Injured in an accident call. Riddle and Brantley win justice counts.
They're pretty even on both sides. Each team just attacking the glass, playing fast.
Back to your comment on forcing Jaguar turnovers. They committed only 2 in that third quarter, and just 5 for the game. Deontay Neal spinning to the baseline, missed it. Rebound tipped again, and grabbed by MJ Williams of Farmville Central. A no-look lead bounce pass. The toss back to one of the trailers. Moye misses, and Josh Short had the ball knocked out of his hands and stayed with the Jaguars. Not that this game has really ever been under control, but for a brief nanosecond, the Jaguars led by 12, 45-33. About 2 minutes later, it's down to 3. And there's a foul. It will send the Jaguars and MJ Williams to the free throw line. But again, all of the energy expended to get back into it from 12 to 3. Haven't really seen a lot of life since from Reidsville. Long way to go. A couple of free throws from the Hardy's free throw line for MJ Williams. Hardy's the home of made from scratch biscuits and charbroiled 100% black Angus beef thick burgers. Feed your happy. Foul on Jarrell Wilson, his second. Pitt and Moye with 3 fouls for Farmville Central. Neal and Baggett have 3 apiece for Reidsville. A couple missed free throws, but an offensive rebound. Williams, who just missed the free throws, misses a 3. Here come the Rams. Pass up ahead. The trailer is Deontay Neal for 3. 26 for Neal. That's his 3rd made 3 of the championship.
And they needed a momentum shift. It's a big one.
West Shore Home, America's most admired home remodeled brand. 54-49. Farmville Central. Josh Short, big spin in the hole, blocked away by Landon Denny. Out of bounds. 7th block shot by Reidsville in the game. Denny, that's his 3rd.
Yeah, and he's been so good here in the second half on the defensive end. Staying in front of Short, good size, 6'5", athletic.
I mean, Josh Short is through basically every move he had at Denny, who held his ground and blocked it. Pitt on the money. Lead back to 8.
This is Pitt's 4th state championship appearance.
Neal lost it on the step through, and a foul on the Rams, and I think it's on Deontay Neal, and if it is, that's number 4. And Denny is having some words with Brad Schrader, who made that call. But again, I think the foul was going on Neal instead. And Neal, he's still protesting. That's 4 fouls on Deontay Neal. .634. I take it back. At least on the stat monitor we have, they've assigned that foul to Denny and not Neal. 7th team foul on Reidsville, so 1-1 here. And more coming for J.D. Daniels. And it is officially a foul on Denny, so Neal still has 3. Big exhale for Jason Ross and the Rams. Back to a double-digit lead.
There's a trap.
Yep. With Short and Williams. Inside, Kendra Harrison off of the feet.
They're patient there, moving the ball. Didn't get rattled from the different defensive look.
Pitt nearly lost it. 2 minutes elapsed, fourth quarter. Daniels into the corner for Williams. Open look, left it short. Offensive rebound and a foul. That's going to send Jaden Pitt to the free throw line.
But credit to the Jags again, crashing the boards. But if you're Reidsville, you got to box out. You have to find a man. Make contact. I mean, right there, just backside rebound. Jaden Pitt, 5'11", goes in, gets a critical board, and now gets to the line.
And that's 3 now on Harrison. So the Cousins, 3 fouls apiece. Neal and Harrison for Jason Ross's Rams. One more free throw coming up for Jaden Pitt. (61-51) Jaguars. Neal takes a screen from his cousin. Kind of leans in, stays low, whistle before the shot there. Again, it's so loud inside the Dean Dome. You couldn't hear the whistle. That official is 20 feet to our right, and we couldn't hear it. Non-shooting foul. Yeah, that foul goes on Jaden Pitt. That's number 4. Lob inside Harrison, right in front of the rim. Boy, you got to finish that. Have to finish that. Jaguars bring it ahead. Lead bounce for Daniels. Hangs and scores. Deficit back to 12, largest that the Rams have seen in the championship. Neal got stripped. Up ahead, Josh Short, look out! They may need to repair the roof of the Dean Dome on this one.
The eruption from the fan base, the sideline, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, the way they came out on the court, 14-point lead, the momentum, the confidence, it's sitting right in front of them. But you can tell that was almost that knockout punch.
That got the fans to their feet. It got Larry Williford to his feet, and it got Terquavion Smith on his smartphone.
He was stomping on the ground.
I mean, he almost came out of those banana-colored sneakers he's wearing, the NC State Star. We might be putting that on TikTok right now.
He's not listening to the huddle right now. He's sending that one out. He's been filming everything.
That was as emphatic as they come, and he's right now doing a live stream. Meanwhile, different tenor on that side of the floor for the Reidsville Rams. They need a run like we saw late in that third quarter. The question is, how does it occur and from whom does the damage come?
Well, the issue they've had is a couple turnovers, a couple missed shots where quickly the Jags have turned it into a fast break. Reidsville cannot have turnovers. You've got to execute on offense. You need Neal to take over here. But again, clean up on the boards, the turnover area, and then be efficient on offense.
31 points now for Josh Short. Ram basketball, 5 minutes left. That shot partially blocked away by MJ Williams, and it goes the other way. And again, the athletes we're seeing on the floor, I mean, this is 2A. I mean, these are some of the best players in the state at the 2A level. And you almost get the sense here the Jaguars can go for the TKO right here. And where's Josh Short? Other end of the floor in the corner. He's driving in the hole off the baseline. Tips the missed. Kept it alive. I think Josh Short is making approach the rim looking for a lob.
Well, it's like every time the Jags shoot the ball, they're flying in like missiles to try to get that offensive board. I mean, it's so much fun to watch, just the tenacity that they play with. And so many teams, the ball is shot, they retreat back to defense. And same with the Rams. I mean, each side just attacking the glass, playing so hard.
Well, the Rams need this one. Left short by Baggett. And there's Harrison, who got kind of held on the way up, trying to elevate to jam that one in. They foul on Josh Short. It's number 3.
A tough environment right now for Reidsville. They're down 14. The fans on the other side are into this game. You've got to come back. Possession by possession. Good board down low by Harrison. Make your free throws, but stay patient. You still have time, but you have to be really clean here and efficient.
Double-double now for Harrison, 13 points, 10 rebounds. But I think for what they have needed in this game, they needed more. It's been a fairly quiet offensive day, but again, a lot of that can be attributed to the defense and the athletes on the inside for Farmville Central.
Well, Alex Moye has been the one that's predominantly been on Harrison. This is a team effort, the way they've been limiting the touches for Harrison.
The lead is 13. Jaguar basketball. MJ Williams gets it away to Josh Short. Johnson's on him. A lot of space on this side of the floor here for Moye. Blocked out of his hand. Loose ball grabbed by the Rams. Quickly they played ahead to Deontay Neal. Got around Williams. Leaves the layup short. And then another hard tumble by Johnson. Second time we've seen him go down in a heap under the rim. Foul on Farmville Central. And if that's Jaden Pitt, he's done. And Jaden Pitt has fouled out. So Pitt fouls out with 7. And one of the 4 seniors on this Farmville Central side will watch the final 4-12 from the sideline and hope that there's one more celebration for another title for the Jaguars.
4-year varsity player, 4 state championship appearances for Pitt.
Watching Sir Quavion Smith, he was waiting to get a high five or a hug from Jaden Pitt. Didn't come. Dissed him. Hardy's free throw line is where Jameer Johnson is. 2-shot foul. Well, if you're going to come back, you need to knock these down with the clock stops.
Make your free throws, then set up your press.
And Jay, with Pitt now fouled out, what do the Jaguars lose?
Well, they've got the senior leadership that's over on the sideline and a really good shooter. So it's a big loss with him going over the sideline.
Now some pressure by the Rams. Broken by Farmville Central. Williams got around the defender. Extra pass, now some more clock will be taken off by Farmville Central. Wise championship move by the Jags. They've been here before. Frankly, they've been on this stage every year for the last half decade. They know how to close out championships. Timeout, Farmville Central. 11-point lead for the Jaguars. 3:41 left in this 2A championship. Farmville Central up 11 on Reidsville, 65-54. About 3.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter, and I guarantee during that media timeout, the fans are probably going to Sir Quavion Smith's Instagram page to watch the dunk that we just saw, an absolute thunder smash from Josh Short a couple of moments ago. I want to see it again. We probably will down the stretch of this game. That is very likely going to be our play of the game. Jaguars basketball up 11. Williams kind of hooks a pass and gets the return. And Chris Rhodes is on the floor for Farmville Central. Burning a lot of time on this possession. They don't need points to win the championship. They're looking for 3 more here. Off the rim, no good by Daniels. Harrison the rebound. Rams need to be perfect here, and they need to be fast. And if you're looking for fast, it's Deontay Neal you order up, and he got fouled. Kind of undercut inside the restricted area, and that's on Moye, and he is now fouled out. Larry Williford trying to figure out what's next. He puts his hand right over his face on the sideline for Farmville Central. So Moye is fouled out, and they were lined up to shoot the free throws, and now finally he leaves. But after a long discussion with Larry Williford and Leo Lockhart, our referee. So Moye is done. He is a junior. Fouls out with 4 points, 4 rebounds.
His effort on the defensive end, I mean, just outstanding. His level of play, he's the glue for the Jags, and it's a big loss with him over on the side.
All right, well, here we are again. Rams clock stops at the free throw line.
And I know it's 10 points, but 2 guys and out with foul trouble being out, and again, free throw here, knock it down to 9. Still time.
And you're in the double bonus with every ensuing foul from the Jaguars. A couple of makes there by Neal. That's 28 points for Deontay Neal. Here comes the pressure again. Nearly thrown away. Brandon Knight just put on the floor. Good delivery there. Shot no blocked off of the glass. Oh, but a foul. Harrison got all ball up top, but did he get some lower body? 2-shot foul.
We'll see here. Nice pass.
I've seen more contact.
I'm surprised they didn't let this play through. I mean, there is contact.
A little bit hip on hip, right?
I'll tell you what, though. You put up a shot fake in that situation, he's going to fly into the first row.
4th foul on Harrison. And the first point of the game for Chris Rhodes. So here's a reset of the foul trouble. 2 have already fouled out for Farmville Central. Short has 3. For Reidsville, Neal 3, Baggett 3, Harrison 4. And 1 or 2 from the line. 10-point game, 3 minutes left. Neal cutting through. Oh, spins one off glass against 4 Jaguar defenders.
Special talent.
Down to 8. Tip pass. Oh, still gets into the hands of Rhodes. And out. Keep away again for the Jaguars. Up by 8. There's a foul by Deontay Neal. And that's his 4th. And I don't know you want to take one out there when you're in the penalty with that guy. I mean, you can tell the reaction by Jason Ross.
Well, for the Jags, very wise. Get the ball to Short. They didn't know they were going to be fouled there, but let him create, let him make the decision at this point in the game.
4 of 6 from the foul line. 32 now for Short. Hardee's the home of made-from-scratch biscuits and charbroiled 100% black Angus beef thick burgers. Feed your happy. Short makes a pair. 68-58 Farmville Central. Baggett picked. Steal by Rhodes. And the Jaguars look to put it away. Williams, baseline drive. Missed it. No whistle. We play on. Neal, that's a little hand check foul into the half court. That'll go against Brandon Knight. And again, 10th team foul on Farmville Central. And a couple of free throws for Reidsville. So 18 to go.
Reidsville hanging in there. Opportunity here to knock down these free throws, set up the press. Still have time, but you're going to have to play perfect.
Free throw good from Neal. Neal has 31. Josh Short has 33. There can't have been many state championship games where opposing players score 30 plus. I mean, they might get to 40 by the time this hits. 68-60. Harassment in the backcourt. Williams just spins away, parries defenders, and passes off to Josh Short as we reach 2 minutes. Short shaking, nearly lost it, and did. Squirts right to Neal. Neal speeds ahead, gets to the hole, left-handed shot, no. Battle for the rebound. Oh, Tamir Johnson, what strength to pull that basketball away and then earn a trip to the foul line.
Yeah, and just staying patient over on the offensive side. Jags take a shot. You don't need a shot. Turns into a fast break opportunity, and here you're just selling out for this board. What a play from Johnson, who's been so physical in this game.
He just took that right away from J.D. Daniels. Remember, he's had 2 big falls, but continues to kind of sacrifice his body. Important free throws for the Rams, and that one spins out. 1:51 left. So the best the Rams can do is cut it to 7. Jason Ross, head coach, pulls out a towel out of his right pocket, wipes away some sweat, still beating on that Reidsville sideline. Missed them both. Crucial misses by Johnson.
Box out from the Jags to secure that rebound.
Minute 40 left. And that deflected out. Well, now if you're the Rams, how much time do you allow it to tick off before you take the foul? And you can't foul with Deontay Neal. He has 4. Pull-up jumper. They didn't need that shot. Rebound grab by Harrison.
They don't need to shoot.
No, don't need to shoot at all. Except free throws. Neal kind of blitzing ahead. Roman, the kick out, bag it for 3, short. And the rebound out of bounds stays with Reidsville. 19 left.
And it looked like that ball initially tipped, blocked slightly. Jason Ross still time. This is a big possession.
Well, Neal's going to throw in, maybe look for the return pass where he goes. It's in the hands of Johnson. Jump ball out near midcourt, grabbed by the Jags. J.D. Daniels in the half court. And now just a game, a keep away for Farmville Central. And the Jaguar fans rising as they sense an 8th state title moments away. Foul on the Rams. And let's get to our Talk It Out NC play of the game. If you missed it earlier, fix your eyes on this one. Josh Short.
Hammer dunk, put him in the NBA draft. Dunk contest. I mean, just unbelievable play that brought the house down.
He has 33 points. J.D. Daniels at the free throw line with a minute 3 left. We'll have one more.
Short committed to New Orleans. What a get for them. I mean, he is just an outstanding player and one of the best we've seen all season long. So many tools.
Lead stays 8 short, elevates for the rebound, reverse layup, punctuates another title for Farmville Central, up by 10 inside a minute. And do we have a step on the sideline before a steal? Yes, so we'll stay with Reidsville. $35 points for Josh Short. Ram basketball, step back 3, knocked down by Deontay Neal, and a Ram timeout with 48 seconds left. They're not giving up. 7-point lead for Farmville Central. Well, now let's get to our player of the game. Brought to you by myspot.nc.gov. Gee, I wonder who it'll be for Farmville Central.
Only one choice. Player of the game. Efficient from the outside. Marveled at his dunks, but look at his outside shooting. He can score from all 3 levels. Really good on the defensive end, but his production on offense, willing his team, his aggressive style of play. And this play really brought the house down, and from this point on, the Jags were in the driver's seat.
I'm telling you what, there's a tremendous runner-up for the player of the game, and Deontay Neal, 32 points. But Josh Short eclipses him with 35. 13 out of 28 shooting. He's made 3 threes, 3 assists, 6 boards. 48 seconds left. Game not cemented away, though, here. Rams just made a 3. We've seen a couple of missed free throws on occasion at the other end for Farmville Central, but first and foremost, you're looking to turn them over.
Well, I think, for Farmville Central, you want to get the ball to Short and just make sure no fouls. Let's play smart here to close out the ball game. And Deontay Neal, what a future he has. And for Short, it's not only his production, it's how he plays, the energy that he brings to his team and his fan base.
I was just looking as the Jaguars broke the huddle. Jaden Pitt, who fouled out of the game for Farmville Central, he was hanging out with Terquavion Smith. He wanted to see what Terquavion had on his smartphone. What are you posting here? He showed him. Pitt laughed and then sat down. And now Terquavion's got a glad hand with some fans in the stands. Long down court pass, dangerous. Run down, though, by Short. Ball picked away. Taken back by the Jags, and now a hold by Al-Jariq Lee. Or was that ever a dangerous exchange by Farmville Central? Talk about the trust of having Josh Short run that long pass down.
And how about the agility there to run it down, full sprint, and then stop on a dime before you go out of bounds.
Daniels at the line. And he will have one more coming. 42 seconds left. 71-63, so now it's a 3-possession game. One more coming for J.D. Daniels. Makes one of two. Brandon Knight outwills everybody for the offensive rebound. And now we get one more foul.
That really says it all. Missed free throw, you got a big lead, but still battling for the offensive board. And you get it, bring the ball out. I mean, it's just the loose balls, the little things have gone into favor of Farmville Central.
And the second smallest guy on the team for Farmville Central, he's listed at 5'8". Willoughby stands 5'6" on the roster, but he hasn't played today. Again, just the determination right there for Brandon Knight. He was not going to be denied that offensive rebound. Excellent work. 35 seconds left. And back to a 10-point lead. And the Jags are still trying to face guard Deontay Neal. 73-63. Farmville Central. Look how hard Neal has to work. Pocket picked. Flip ahead. Broken up by Johnson. 20 seconds left, and that's going right to the soon-to-be state champion bench for Farmville Central.
Well, they can feel it now.
$20 seconds left. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Farmville Central. So Larry Williford will grab his team. One last huddle. 10-point lead, and they know the celebration dance in Farmville, don't they? This will be the 8th time in school history. And this will be the 4th time in the last 5 years that Farmville Central claims a state title. This will be their 8th.
Yep.
The first one that they won was 1989. So in a relatively short window of time, that tells you how dominant that they've been. They won in 89, they won in 90. They won in 93, and 2016, and then 3 straight, 19, 20, and 21, and soon to be in 2023.
Well, and they lost last year. Larry Williford talked about the hurt from that ball game, using it as fuel. After that ball game, they drove back home and nobody talked. They didn't stop to get food. Everybody was hurt from that moment, and from that point in time till now, they talked about it. This was their mission, to win this ball game, and they used that as motivation fuel to get better and to really propel themselves here and an opportunity for redemption.
And they felt like they were out-toughed by Robinson last year. And if you compare game over game, state title over state title appearance the last 2 years, have they been a much tougher team this year? Absolutely. Yeah. And now we're waiting on the Reidsville Rams to get out of the huddle. Look at Larry Williford. He's screaming. What are we waiting for? We're ready to go. So my team's on the floor. I mean, they are spread out across the end line, all 4. And now they will get it in. Clock begins to wind down. And MJ Williams is going to dribble out the final 10 seconds as he gets shoved into the sideline by Kendra Harrison. Unnecessary. And his coach, Jason Ross, is letting him know, saying, what are you fouling for? That's just youthful frustration when you're going to lose in the state title game. And so Kendra Harrison in a brace with his coach. They wouldn't be in this game without him.
This is a heck of a Reidsville team.
Yeah.
I mean, what a year, young group.
Yeah. And now let's see if Larry Williford subs out Josh Short. Short is still on the floor. Don't be surprised if Josh Short, with his 35 points and soon-to-be MVP, leaves here. Free throw good.
TJ Perkins, a senior, into the ball game.
Well, Short's going to stay out there. 74-63. Clock begins to wind down. And the dynasty of Farmville Central resumes. An 8th state title for the Farmville Central Jaguars, and their 4th in the last 5 years. Their 3-year reign ended last year by 3 points to J.M. Robinson, but it returns in Chapel Hill 1 year later. 75-63, Farmville Central defeats Reidsville.
Just amazed at the effort and intensity for both teams, but Farmville Central took it to another level today. They won in this ball game, and they got their state championship.
35 points for Josh Short. A memorable championship appearance for this senior, who wins another title for Farmville Central. And it seems like we say this basically every year, as Jay Sonhalter is now setting up, and we will hear from the head coach of the Jaguars, Larry Williford. In an astonishing 5-year run now for Farmville Central. 4 state titles, 1 state runner-up, and a mark of 133 wins and 7 losses. What an effort by the Jaguars. And Larry Williford catching his breath. And he is standing by with Jay Sonhalter to get his thoughts after yet another championship, number 8 for the Jaguars.
Coach, I know this one means a lot. What a performance.
Well, you know what? I thought we were a tougher basketball team. You know, all year long we've harped on being tougher. You know, we were on this same court 364 days ago, and we got beat because we weren't the tougher team, and that's all we've talked about all year long. We've owned it. We haven't shied away from it. Those guys have practiced their tail off the entire year. We've had 1 bad practice in a basketball season, which is unheard of for high school. You know, this is a players program. All the glory goes to those guys.
The intensity that you play with and how bad they wanted this game. How bad you wanted it. You could see it by how hard they played.
Well, I thought we had a great week of preparation, probably the best week in the 6 times we've been to the state championship as far as our mental focus and paying attention to the little things. You know, and that goes to them because they got to lock in because it's a different week. You know, it's more mental than physical this week is, and I call it the longest week in high school basketball because you go from playing every other night and then you got a week off. Happy for my guys, happy for some of those guys that didn't play well last year. They get to reap the reward of coming back and winning a state championship.
Big performances tonight, but how about Josh Short?
Best player in the state of North Carolina. You know, a lot of people, picked other people. You can't, the fact's always been 4 state championships. Not another player in the state of North Carolina has played in 4 state championships and won 3.
He's a heck of a player. You're a heck of a coach. Another state championship for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, he's got 364 more days to let the voice recover. That is Larry Williford leading Farmville Central to an 8th state title. 35 from Josh Short, the sure bet for MVP today. Jaguars do it again. We'll wrap things up after this. NCHSAA Championship Final Stats, sponsored by the United States Army. Be all you can be in the U.S. Army. GoArmy.com, Jay.
Well, big win for the Jags and Reidsville. A lot of impressive plays, but the thing you can't measure is the heart that the Jaguars played with, how bad they wanted this game. Important area, though. Only 6 turnovers against a really good defensive team. They won on the glass. They were undersized. And then Josh Short's performance, one of the best we've seen.
And sadly for Reidsville, it will overshadow the exceptional performance by Deontay Neal. who closes with 32. Look at the points, the paint sponsored by Riddle and Brantley.
Yeah, that was evened up, but you're right. Deontay Neal, only a freshman. Harrison as well. I mean, those guys, what a future they have on the football field and on the basketball court. A talented group, but today, those seniors, the veterans for the Jazz came through. And motivation, it's a real thing, and that fuel, that desire was next level for them.
We have been treated to one of the best players in the Southeast. That man right there, Josh Short, 35 points in his final state championship game. He's been here 4 times and now has 3 titles for Farmville Central. Again, your final score, Farmville Central 75, Reidsville 63. We'd like to take a minute, thank all the great sponsor partners that bring these basketball games to you. North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, United Health Centers, Talk It Out NC, NC 529, Hardee's, Riddle and Brantley, West Shore Home, North Carolina Department of Public Safety, the United States Army, and Ingalls Markets. And through all of these sponsor partners, their contributions to the program, that's what makes these championship games possible for all of you watching. Josh Short, a 35-point memorable state championship performance, MVP, and leads the Farmville Central Jaguars to their 8th state championship. 12-point win over Reidsville. For Jason Halter, our entire crew, Patrick Keenan saying so long from Chapel Hill. The Jaguars have done it again. 75-63 over Reidsville.
Ever since my boots first hit these streets, had to scratch and claw, made me hard to beat. They were real early mornings and late nights.